Hello there. Today I'm going to tie this one. This is a black Sunker fly. This is a black Sunker muddler called the Munker in black, made by a Dane, whose name is Kim Sørensen. He's a very cool dude. So a very experienced salmon fisherman. So first I'm going to take one of these Future Fly tubes. Just gonna add some heat to that so I get the tube to melt a bit backwards, like so. And this is going to be the end of the fly here. So basically I just push that over there. And in order to give this some weight, to get this to fish deep, because basically where this fly is used mostly, it's fairly deep, so you're fishing sinking lines and stuff like that. But I've also caught some nice sea trouts and stuff like that on this on floating line. So I add two Future Fly tube beads in order to give this weight, like so, and then I'm gonna start tying. This is a fairly inexpensive fly. We don't need a lot of materials, but still, it's gonna take a bit of skill to get the head exactly right. After we've done this, I'm gonna take some Mylar. This is opal Mylar. This is the Mylar from Hedron, and that's very important because the Mylar from Hedron is the best quality. It's more as I was saying, this is the Mylar from Hedron, which is it's important because it's more smooth. It's more not smooth, but more soft. So it moves better in the water. And this is the color that's called the opal or mirage. I think it's mirage opal. A nice color. Just gonna use that kind of like a hackle. And a thing that you really can use Mylar for is, and something that I really like about Mylar tubing is it's so diverse. You can use it for anything. Hackles, bodies, basically it's just a cool material. So I'm gonna do that one time, like so, and then it's time for our hackle. No, not our hackle, our wing. Sorry. And whilst we're talking about wings, I just want to show you that I use a special tool from Future Fly in order to make a Sunker wing. So I cut a piece of skin out like this. Then I'm attaching this to the and I'm going to use a scalpel to cut this easier. But I don't spare you for that. So basically I'm going to get back to you in a second and show you exactly. So basically what I did is I took a piece of skin. This was US opossum from Future Fly, and I cut one of these out. So basically you can see here, this is a strip of skin that is actually tapering quite nicely because that will give the best movement. And also you can see the skin quality from Future Fly is just absolutely phenomenal. It's very thin, the leather, and really cool products. Best products I ever came across. But this is a bit too long, I think, for this fly. As I was saying, this was a bit too long, so I just cut it off a bit, and then I'm gonna make sure that this has the right length. And I'm gonna tie this down on top of my tube here. I think you can probably do this fly also on a hook, but it really looks nice and is easy to do on a tube here. So basically, I have my Sunker wing there, and I'm gonna use my scalpel to cut off the rest of the skin here. So, and the scalpel is nice to do that. Ugh, how come that didn't work? Just gonna take my scissors then. Cut the small part, the small leftover part there, like that. And I'm gonna apply some more thread because it's crucial that the Sunker wing stays in place, like so. And then I'm gonna take some eyes. I'm gonna use some easy shrimp eyes in fluorescent orange to really make a contrast here. Gonna make sure that these are in the right position. Before I fasten them, about there. I'll pull them a bit out to the side so they will really stand out on this fly. It's a crucial part of this fly that really makes this fly looks one of a kind. So you have the eyes here in the fluorescent color. Got to cut off the stump here from this easy shrimp eyes, like so. Then I'm gonna add some angel hair. and I'm gonna use some black and red angel here. We'll give a nice bleeding effect to the wing here. Like that. Simply just gonna tie those down like so. And this is too long now, but I'm gonna trim that later. Like that. As you can see, it is a bit too long here, so basically I'm just gonna trim it so it's not that much longer than the sunker wing here. Like this. And then I need to do a whip finish, because the last part here, in order to make the fly looks good, it requires me to actually cut off some of the tube here. And I'm gonna do that by simply removing the tube from here. Also, I can see there was some angel hair stumps sticking out. So I completely remove the tube from the vise here, and then I look at it and I see, okay, it has to be not that much longer, like so. I hope that was enough. We'll see in a second. And then I gently heat that a bit, like that. Gonna add this here. I think I actually cut that off a bit too close, but I will see if I manage. I probably will. But if you can, then leave perhaps a millimeter or something like that, maybe 2 more. I'm only doing this because otherwise the head can get quite too long. And basically what we do now is tie a muttler head. And in order to do that, I need 2 bundles of black deer hair. Something like this. Oh, I need to get that in focus again. Oh, I can see it looks like one of my eyes is not centered, but it is, as you can see there. And then I take this and I try to distribute this deer hair all the way around the hook, the tube, of course. And then I make 2 short, two loose turns before I actually really clamp down, like so. And then I'm gonna tie in between the hairs here, like that. Really clamp down on, really stand on there. And then I'm gonna take the thread all the way up here, and I'm gonna do the second part of the head. And I can see I have a bit too much on the top, so I'm gonna try to get a bit more underneath here for this next one. I take a smaller amount this time. And again, I try to distribute this as much as possible all the way around before I actually tie this down like so. Oh, and what happened there was I pulled too much, so I simply just cut a lot of the deer hair, which was not what was supposed to happen. That can happen if you have a thin tying thread. You sometimes can apply too much pressure and simply cut the deer hair, and simply just cut the deer hair like it was a scalpel or a knife. And basically, what you have to do is you have to rinse and repeat and try again. So I'm gonna do that. Try to distribute this as evenly as possible, perhaps favoring the underside a bit. Like so. Again, not perfect. I have a bit too little room here. So it's difficult, but I think I can manage it. What happened was I have so little room now to work with, but once you've cut that tube off, there's nothing you can do. That simply I tied on top of the tube fly holder, the tube fly tool, instead of on the tube where it was supposed to go. So basically, again, I'm gonna try again. Yeah, stuff happens. Basically around there, and let's see. This time it was there, I'm certain of that. Like so. Yeah, it was perfect. And basically I'm gonna do a whip finish in between these hairs, as careful as possible. pull down, cut off. And then the crucial thing about getting this fly completely correct is to take it out of the vise, like this, and then take your tying needle or whatever you're using, and then simply take it and look at it. Look at it from the front here. I'm gonna zoom a bit out for you to easier see. So now you can see I have this chaotic looking thing here, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move my vise a bit. No, I'm not gonna. And then I'm gonna look at it like so. Hold it so it's pointing forward towards my nose here. You see? And then I'm gonna cut it, but I'm only gonna cut it one way. I'm only gonna cut it upwards and downwards. I'm not gonna cut anywhere in like this, because then the head here will look completely ridiculous. So basically, I just take it and turn it around whilst cutting with the scissor, in order to get this completely correct head shape here for this munker. And also it gives you a better way of actually looking at the fly to see exactly how the head is. Is it looking good? Is it looking how it should, and stuff like that. And then you can cut your head completely into shape. Looks nice, looks nice. And well, basically, after you've cut it, then it's gonna look like this. And well, this is how it looks from above. You see the sunker wing and stuff like that really stands out. So a great pattern that works great for a sea trout and, you know, any kind of trout probably. A nice looking fly that really does the trick. Thank you for watching.